this is Terry Swoop, and I wanted to talk about the shooting in Orlando, Florida. 49 people were killed, over 100 people were shot. This was an Islamic terrorist, a homegrown Islamic terrorist. I have a problem with people who use religion to hate against minority groups of people. A lot of people will use their religion to hate against gays and lesbians. And it's not just Muslims doing this. There's a lot of Christians that use their religion to hate against gays and lesbians. Now, I'm an anti-religious person. I'm completely against religion. I think religion does nothing but divide people. People talk about race dividing people, but nothing in this world divides people more than religion. And I think people need to start being more open-minded when it comes to religion. Now, I believe in live and let live. I believe people should be allowed to do what they want to do in their personal life. If consenting adults want to get involved in homosexuality, that's their business. To kill somebody just because they're gay is absolutely ridiculous. And in most Muslim countries, under Sharia law, a person can be executed for simply being gay. I've seen plenty of cases where people get stoned to death for simply being gay. Being thrown off buildings for simply being gay. That's completely ridiculous to me. I have a cousin that's gay. His name is John John. That's what we call him. And when he first came out as gay, a lot of people in the family resented him because he's gay. But after a while, people in the family started accepting him for who he is. People stopped putting him down and they started accepting him for who he is. And that's my cousin, and I love my cousin. When I hear some people saying they don't want nothing to do with this family member when they find out that family member is gay, I think that's completely ignorant. I heard one man that said that he found out his son was gay, and he says his son is dead to him now that he knows his son is gay. That's completely ignorant. How can you stop loving your son just because you found out your son is gay? You see how religion brainwashes people into hating? It creates bigotry. This is why religious people are the most bigoted people in the world. When you come across a person that's not religious, they usually don't have anything against gays. When you talk to people who are atheists or agnostic, they don't have nothing against gays and lesbians whatsoever. Because it's none of their business. And that's the way I look at it. It's none of my business. What you do in your bedroom is your business. And for somebody to kill somebody, for somebody to hate somebody just because they're gay, is completely ridiculous. I really don't understand why liberals defend Islam so much. There's a lot of liberals that will do everything in their power to defend Islam. They will make excuses for their behavior. Now, I'm not saying all Muslims are bad. In every religion, you have moderates and you have extremists. But what the problem I have with people like the Young Turks and a lot of liberal Muslim apologists on the regressive left is they will defend everything about Islam. And these people have the nerve to call themselves atheists. And these same people will put down Christianity and demonize Christianity. If you're calling yourself an atheist and you're defending Islam, but you're putting down Christianity, that's hypocritical. How can you defend one religion and put down another religion? That makes no sense whatsoever. So I don't understand why a lot of liberal atheists will defend Islam. And they will attack any person who criticizes Islam. I look at how the Young Turks attacked Sam Harris. Sam Harris is an atheist, and he's against every religion. He criticizes Christianity. He criticizes Islam. He criticizes Judaism. He's against all religions. But whenever he criticizes Islam, a lot of the SJWs will call him a racist. They will call him a bigot just because he's criticizing Islam. Now, whenever I criticize Muslims, I'm talking about the extremists. Whenever I criticize Christians, I'm talking about the extremists. Like I said before, in every religion, you have good people and you have bad people. The problem I have with a lot of Muslim apologists, even if you make it perfectly clear that you're not talking about all Muslims, you're only talking about the extremists, they will still come out and say you're Islamophobic. You're a bigot for criticizing Muslims. These people are completely ridiculous. I think a lot of Muslim apologists are part of the problem. Political correctness is part of the problem. When you have President Obama, who's too afraid to say Islamic terrorism, this is part of the problem. If you're not going to define the enemy, how are you going to conquer the enemy? This is why political correctness makes no sense whatsoever. People need to call out things for what they are and stop trying to sugarcoat it. The number one terrorist organization in the world is ISIS. They kill thousands of people every day around the world. And people need to stop sugarcoating it for what it is. Call it out for what it is. And there's a lot of different Muslim extremist organizations. You have ISIS, you have Al-Qaeda, you have Boko Haram. They're discriminating against gays. They're killing gays. They're discriminating against women. They're stoning women to death for wearing a pair of pants. That's how extreme these people are. They believe in every word of the Quran. They believe every person in the world should obey every word of the Quran. And if you don't go along with that, they believe you should be executed. You should be killed. And that's exactly what this Muslim extremist shooter was doing in Orlando. They said he saw two men kissing in Florida, and he said his father said that's when he started having this animosity against gays. And that's what made him want to go kill gay people. Religion causes people to go insane. That's why I think people need to stop following these man-made religions. Stop following these man-made religions and learn how to think for yourself. These religions do nothing but divide people. They do nothing but cause chaos and destruction.